Today we're gonna start a 5-season rebuild with Hearts in Scotland. Last season they finished 4th, and the season before they finished 3rd, and they didn't win a Scottish Premiership since 1960. So in this rebuild we're gonna try to break the dominance of Celtic and Rangers and try to win one Scottish Premiership in the next 5 years. So let's get the rebuild started. Looking at the team, we have some guys that can develop, but not so much. Yutaru Oda, Lewis Nilsson, Callum Nieuwenhof, Alex Cochrane. Not a very big squad in terms of wonder kids. If we go to our B team, we also have here Bobby McLachie that can become good, 5-star potential, and Gaz Stevenson. Oh, but he has very bad acceleration pace. I don't think he can become pretty good in this game. Maybe in reality he can. Also, our team is very old in my opinion, because a lot of players are over 27, and I don't know if we can get a lot of money for them. I would like to make this team in the first 2-3 years of this rebuild. I would like to make it a team that develops players and sells. And yeah, for now we don't have what to sell in my opinion. Our highest value player is 1.9 million, and it's our striker, Shankland. Let's see what transfers we did in this transfer window. We're at the end of the transfer window, and we didn't do so many transfers because the budget was limited, and right now we barely have anything left. So in order to do some transfers, I had to sell some players to liberate wage. So we sold like 7 players that weren't then that important for us, and we brought in Nemanja Jovic, a young player, left winger, has a 4.5 star potential ability, so he can develop pretty well. Omar El Kaduri, 33 years old. It's older, but he can help us in the first season in the center midfield or center attacking midfielder position. Then Luke Cassie, the single player that we paid money for, also older, 29 years old, but he also can play in both positions, and his attributes for a deep line playmaker or for a attacking midfielder on support are very good. And Jean-Pierre, also a center attacking midfielder. This one came pretty late in the transfer window. If I knew that I would buy him, I wouldn't buy the other two, just one of those two, but it's okay, you got this. Tactic wise, we will play a 4-2-3-1 in the first season, and if we select our best 11, we have our last signing coming as a shadow striker, very good in this position, and he's 25, so maybe in one season we can sell him for some big money. And also Brazilian. As a striker we have Shankland, left wing, right wing, nothing changes from the reality Hearts. We have Oda and McKay. Cassie comes as a deep lying playmaker. As I said, he was meant to be here. Then we have Devlin, ball wing midfield. Left back we have Cochrane, center back Kingsley and Kent. I was surprised that our center backs are very good, are very decent for this league and for Hearts, because I wouldn't expect players with over 13 marking and tackling to be at Hearts, but here they are very good. and our goalkeeper is Gordon, 40 years old. I think he will retire at the end of the season, but we'll see if he plays. Schedule wise, we played in conference, and we joined in conference in the third qualifying round, where we eliminated Ghent 3-2 on an aggregate. In fourth qualifying round, we eliminated Vitoria de Guimarães 5-2, so we joined the group stage, where we are gonna play Slavia Prague, Fiorentina, and Farul Constanța. I'm not expecting to finish in the first two positions because there are Slavia Prague and Fiorentina, but maybe we can manage to make some money from Conference League. And in the league, until now, we won versus St. Johnstone 1-0, Kilmarnock 4-0. Then we had the League Cup where we eliminated Hamilton 4-1. And in the Premiership, we lost the last game for now against Dundee 1-0. And right now we are fourth, but with one less game played. Okay, that's it for now. Let's simulate the season. We are at the end of the season and we finished third. Exactly what I expected. We cannot break the first two for now, at least, but it's not that bad. 19 won, 8 draws and 11 lost, and a pretty good goal difference. If we go to our team, Shankland scored 25 goals, Tagawa 17, and Jean-Pierre 11, and assist-wise, Yutaro Oda is the single that has more than 10. The others have decent assists. Also, in the January, we brought in some players. Tanguy Koulibaly, left wing and right wing. He's very good, 23 years old. Already valued at between 7 and 8.6 millions, so really big for us. Played a lot. Also, we brought in Enrique Taborga, a left back, backup left back in my opinion. Alexander Souza, striker. He did play just a little, 5 games in total, and no goals. Also, we brought in Nahuel Ulariaga. Also didn't play a lot, 8 games, but 3 goals in those 8 games, so a little bit better. And Prince Andlovo, this is for the second team. And I think we sold some players also. Yeah, we sold a lot of players, mostly from the second team. Here is Finlay Pollock that we got 110k. Then Craig Halkett, one of our center backs, but he was not playing, so we sold him 120k. We liberated a lot of wages. If we are going to look, we have a transfer budget for the next season of 4 millions, so a lot of money for our club. And also with the improvements, we managed to get some players on a very big salary compared to what we had. Also, Craig Gordon is retiring at the end of the season at 41. And if we go to competitions in the Conference League, we were eliminated in the group stage, just 1 point. Yeah, this is tough. -10 goal difference, 1 point, one against Farul Constanța, and we also had 5 losses. Yeah, not the best first season in the European competitions, but that's it. It's the best we could. Also, in the Scottish Cup, we were eliminated in the quarterfinal, 3-0 against Celtic, and in the Premier Sports Cup, so it's like League Cup, we were eliminated in the semi-final by Motherwell. For the next season, we'll play Europa League, maybe we will have a chance to get to the group stage of Europa League with some decent improvements. Let's see how the transfers went for this season. First transfers done, Ryan Jack on a free, very good center midfielder, also Scottish, as we need Scottish players for the Europa League registration. He was on a free and came from Rangers, and at the end of last season we sold some more players. Andy Halliday, he was in our second team and was surplus to requirements. Barry McKay, 500k. Clark, one of our goalkeepers. If you remember, we had one 40 years old goalkeeper that retired and one 32 that we just sold for 800k, a lot of money for our club actually, and Kai Rolls for 200k. And after 1st of July we sold for 2.2 millions, and we have Alex Cochrane sold for 1.1 millions, decent left back, but we brought in the money. Toby Sibic, Stephen Kingsley, and a lot of other players for no amount of money. Also, we sold Omar El Kaduri, one of the players that we brought in our first season, and he played just 21 games, just 13 first 11 appearances, but he did his job. And for this season we brought in a lot of good players. First, Pascal Juan Estrada, very good center back, a very good upgrade to our center backs that we had. Sebastiano Esposito, ex wonder kid in the last FMs, 16 first touch, 13 passings, 15 technique, very good center attacking midfielder or striker, deep lying forward striker to be more precise. Then Evidence Magkopa from South Africa, 14 finishing, 16 dribbling, very good jumping. Yeah, he is a monster in the attack. Keegan Johannes, also from South Africa, he can play both in the center back and right back positions, so he is a very good squad player. Then we brought in John Vasquez, he can play on both wings, 3.5 star current ability, very well rounded. Scott McKenna, this one I'm pretty excited with, also no free, also Scottish, very good for the registration rules. He came from Nottingham Forest, where last season he actually played 10 games in Premier League, and the season before he played 20 games. Arthur Okonkwo, our new goalkeeper from Arsenal's academy. Rafael Obrador from Real Madrid academy, left back, very young, just 20 years old, and he can still develop. We see that he has still 1 star potential ability improvement to do. And last transfer was Liam Kelly on a free, our new backup goalkeeper. He's also Scottish. If we go to our squad, we actually don't have some 4 or 5 star current ability players, but we brought in a lot of young players, and I think our average age squad is like 25. Last season we had average age in our squad at 27, so I'm pretty proud of it in just one season. Then if we select our best 11, we have Magopa and Esposito up top, Jovic on the left, Vasquez on the right, Cassian Van Hoof as the midfielders, Obrador on the left, Atkinson on the right, McKenna and Estrada the 2 center backs, and Kelly goalkeeper, but actually I think Okonkwo is better, so I'll try to play him. Schedule wise, for now we won every game in the Premiership. Aberdeen 2-0, Celtic 3-1, Motherwell 2-0, Kilmarnock 2-0, and in Europa League playoff we eliminated Braga 6-4, and Braga is pretty good in this game, a lot of talent. and we qualified for Europa League phase, where we are gonna play TSV Hartberg, Utrecht, Tirana, Lyon, Villarreal, Sassuolo, Chelsea and Rennes. The first 3 games I feel that are easy, pretty easy, but the last 5 are very hard in my opinion. But hopefully we can finish in the playoff positions from 9th to 24th, but we will see. Let's simulate the season. And we finished 3rd. Again, 2nd time in a row. If we go to the league table, Magopa was first goal scorer, 18 goals, and the other player that we had in the player stats, it's just Obrador, 12 assists from the left back position. Oh, he developed really good. 15 acceleration, 14 pace. Yeah, I think in the future we can get a lot of money from him. Currently valued at 4 millions. Yeah, so Celtic won the league again, 4th time in a row. We need to break it. Season preview. Yeah, Celtic was the favorite by far. In the other competitions, oh yeah, nice, we finished in the playoff position, 13th, and we won against Rennes, Sassuolo, Utrecht and TSV Hartberg, all games by just 1 goal. 2 draws versus Villarreal and Lyon, and 2 losses versus Chelsea and Tirana. Wow, we actually lost versus Tirana. Didn't expect that, but I'm very proud of the other games. Also, we have Rangers here that qualified further, and no other team from Scotland. The next playoff round, we were eliminated by Rangers. Oh my god, that's so funny. They won 5-3 on an aggregate. In the cup, we were eliminated in the 5th round by Ross County, and in the League Cup, also by Ross County in the quarterfinal. They appear to be our buster. Stats wise, Magopa 24 goals, Shankland 19 and Koulibaly 11. Where is Esposito? Just 9 goals by Esposito in his first season at Hearts. That's pretty bad in my opinion. The other transfers, Okonkwo played 17 games and he developed further as a value. Esposito is valued at 16 millions right now. McKenna 13. Yeah, we really improved our squad value. We are estimated at 100 millions. And for the next season we have a budget of 5 million and the really small wage budget. Let's start the season. Transfer wise, I forgot to tell you that we brought in Gabriel Perez last season in January. Didn't play much, he is not that impactful for us. Then at the end of the season we brought in Matthew Anderson from Celtic, left back, also Scottish. We really need Scottish players for the Europa League registration. And we also brought in Andrei Karafiat, center back, very good backup for us, but he's 30 years old. And we sold 4 players at the end of the season and 2 in January. Benim Banignim 300k sold, and Jean-Pierre, if you remember, we brought him in the first season and we got 1.5 millions for him. Also, we sold Bobby McClucky in May. He was really good, 4.5 star potential ability, but taking 3 millions for him was really important for us. Then we sold Yutaro Oda, that didn't develop as much as I hoped. Frankie Kent 400k, and John Vasquez 3 millions. He played for us just 1 season and we brought him on a free, so 3.2 millions profit. And after 1st of July we brought in a lot of players, but also sold for big money. The players that we sold: Ryan Jack 3.6 million. He was 18 old, 33 years old. He played 1 season for us, so a very good profit. Then Taborga 2.7 millions. He was playing for us just for 2 seasons and was actually a very important player last season with 51 games played. Then we sold Okonkwo, our goalkeeper. That's because we brought a better goalkeeper. Luke Cassie, also getting old, 31 years old, and we got 600k. Also, he had just 1 year contract left, and Alexander Sosa for 400k. And we brought in very talented players. First, Mason Greenwood on a free from Manchester United. He has 4.5 star current ability. Very excited with this transfer, but he's on a 1.2 millions wage. Hopefully he will bring the goals. Then Tommy Doyle from Manchester City's academy, very good center midfielder, deep lying playmaker to be more complete. 15 passing, 14 first touch, 15 vision. Then Donny van de Beek from Manchester United, center midfielder. Also, he will most likely play with Tommy Doyle in the center midfielder positions. Our biggest transfer from this window in terms of money is Faniel Tevelde, left wing position, very good physicals, and also 19 years old. Our new goalkeeper is Alessandro Plizzari on a free. He was wonder in the past FMs from AC Milan, if you remember. He was the backup for Donnarumma back then. A new free transfer, Dorgeles Nene. He can play both in the right wing and striker position, very good acceleration, pace, and also I hope that he can develop as well, as he is 22. Yosuke Deguchi, new center midfielder, on a free from Celtic, mostly as a backup player. A new right back, as we didn't improve on this position until now, is Dagba from PSG. And the last transfer is Jose Marsa, our new center back player, 23 years old, still room from improvement with 4-star potential ability. If we go and pick the best 11, we have Greenwood and Esposito as the two strikers, Jovic on the left, Koulibaly on the right. Koulibaly actually developed last season, if you remember. John Vasquez was the right wing. We sold him, so Koulibaly will take his place. Our two center midfielders, Tommy Doyle and Van de Beek, left back, Obrador, that was the best assist man from last season. Johannes on the right, but I think Dagba will most likely play more because he has better attributes. Marsa will join as a center back with Estrada on the right, and Plizzari is our new goalkeeper. Schedule-wise, for now, we drew our first two games in the Premiership, 0-0 versus Hibernian and Rangers. Then we won 3-1 versus Adrianians and 1-0 versus Livingston. And in Europa League playoff, we won versus Lech Poznan 5-2 on an aggregate. And in the league phase, we will play Victoria Plzeň, Apoel, Sturm Graz, Atalanta, Anderlecht, Helsinki, Midtjylland, and Galatasaray. There are easier opponents, in my opinion, than last season, and hopefully we can go past the league phase as well. Also in Premiership, we have close odds to Rangers, that is second, so I think we have very good chances to finish in the second position. Let's simulate the season. We are at the end of the season and we finished second, just 3 points behind Celtic. Oh my god, that was so close. Even if we won our last game versus Hibernian, we would have finished second with 89 points. So I'm kinda disappointed, but not, because second place is very good. Also, Rangers is not even third, it's fourth. Hibernian went on to finish on the third position. And in the next season, we are gonna play Champions League. If we go, Esposito is the goal score leader, and he's not Mason Greenwood. Wow. Greenwood is just fifth incredible. With those attributes, 17 finishing, very good physicals, he's not in the first three. Wow, didn't expect that. Average rating, Koulibaly is second for us, and Tommy Doyle is the leader assist man. In the other competitions, we qualified further from league phase, just 19th in this season. 3 wins versus Midtjylland, Apoel and Victoria Plzeň, 2 draws against Helsinki and Sturm Graz, and we lost versus Galata, Anderlecht and Atalanta. Last season we were 13th, now 19th. I will accept that, but it's not the best finish in my opinion. I think we had easier opponents. If we go to the knockout, we eliminated Las Palmas 6-2, very nice. And in the round of 16 we were eliminated 7-5 by Slavia Prague. Wow, so many goals. The other competitions, we were eliminated in a semi-final of the Scottish Cup and in the quarter-final of the League Cup. Stats wise, Esposito 13 goals, Mason Greenwood 26, Koulibaly 16, Tevelde 14 and Van de Beek 12. And assist wise, Tommy Doyle is first with 16. He's also wanted by Saudi Arabia clubs, and also we sold some players for the next season, but you will see in the next video. Our transfer budget for the next season will be almost 26 millions with a very good wage budget. We sold a lot in the past seasons and I'm very excited by that. And also our club right now is valued at 154, so we improved a lot. Our reputation is still 3 stars, but with training facilities improved, facilities also improved, and very good finishes, I think we can attract better players. Also, don't forget that Mason Greenwood is very good. Also, Donny van de Beek is very good. Tommy Doyle, and maybe we can get some more money for them and build the squad with those money, but we'll see in the next season. Let's see how we did in this season. For this season we started very strong. We transferred on a free Amad Diallo. He also came from Manchester United, and looks like we bring a lot of United players and City as well with Tommy Doyle. Then we brought in Archie Mayer from Norwich. He will be our backup goalkeeper, Scottish. He will help with registration rules. And Rory McLeod, also Scottish striker. He will be a backup striker for us. And 20 years old, still a good potential ability of 4-star. And we sold at the end of the season Yosuke Deguchi, 1.3 millions, and we got a profit of 1.3 millions because we brought him on a free, and Callum Nieuwenhof for 2.4 millions. And for this season we sold for 70 millions. That's crazy, I know. First, Sebastiano Esposito, 70 millions, you know him, he was very good, but we needed the money. I think he's a very good transfer. We also brought him for just 1 million, so 60 million profit. Then Faniel Tevelde, I'm not a fan of this transfer, but he had a release clause of 50 millions and a lot of clubs came for him and he went to Arsenal. But we loaned him to come back to us for free wage, so we don't pay actually anything to Arsenal. But yeah, he will still be with us. Then Scott McKenna, 50 millions. He was very good, Scottish as well, but 29 years old, took the money. Tanguy Koulibaly, another very important player for us, 11 millions. Then Magopa Shankland, departure is very important as he was our captain as well, but 31 years old. He started to decline. Then Dorgeles Nene also, he came at us on a free last season. but as you see, his technicals aren't that good. I think he's not a player for Champions League in my opinion, so we took the money and left, and other players as well were sold, and we brought in first. So as I said, Tevelde came on a loan. Then replacement for Tevelde, Ernest Nuama, very good in this football manager. It's like my favorite player to bring in, and we brought him on a free. He can play on both wings. He didn't develop as well in this save, but I will train him more and maybe he will become a little bit better. Then Cavilla on a free as well, center midfielder, came from Juventus, I think. Yeah, from Juventus. Nahuel Ferraresi, center back, he will replace McKenna. Gaetano Oristanio for 6 millions. He's very good. He can play in both center attacking midfielder and striker, and he came from Inter, where last season he played 11 games and scored 3 goals. So played quite a lot in Serie A, as you can see. Cagliari 32 games, then just 4 games in 2024-2025 for Inter. Mohamed Diomande for 7 millions, center midfielder or center attacking midfielder. He's amazing. He developed very good. Then Leonidas Stergiu, 10 millions, another center back, and Omari Kellyman, English, 20 years old, mostly for the striker position. 15 finishing, first touch, technique, 16 acceleration, 15 pace. Yeah, very strong in my opinion. And we still have a big budget, but most of our transfer money went into the wage budget, as right now we have 22 millions. And if we go to see how we stay in the league, we can see that we are third in the salary per year, but yeah, Celtic is miles ahead in the wage available. If we go to the tactics and select best 11, we have Greenwood and Oristanio on 2, Nuama comes on the left, Diallo on the right. So we improved both our wingers technically. Practically Tevelde is at the same level with Nuama. Then Diomande replaces Van de Beek, and Doyle goes as a box-to-box midfielder. Obrador and Johannes left and right back. Marsa and Stergiu as the center backs, and Plizzari remains our main goalkeeper. Schedule-wise, we won a lot. So starting with Champions League, in the second qualifying round, we beat Banik Ostrava 4-1 on an aggregate. Then in the third qualifying round, we beat Midtjylland 6-3. In the playoff, we beat Benfica 2-1 on an aggregate. So we will play in the league phase, and that's amazing. Who are we gonna play in the league phase? Well, a lot of crazy teams. But starting with Red Star, Belgrade, Ajax, Manchester City, Dortmund, Valencia, Union Berlin, PSG and Sporting. To be honest, I expect to beat at least 2 clubs like Red Star Belgrade and Union Berlin maybe, but we will see. Maybe we have a chance to finish for a playoff position from 9th to 24th, but we will see. But I'm pretty impressed that we qualified so straightforward to the league phase, as it is our first year. If we check the Premiership, we beat Motherwell 5-0, Rangers 2-0, Aberdeen 5-1 and Falkirk 3-2. So a lot of goals for us. As you saw, the tactic didn't change, maybe just the wingers. I think we had last season inverted forward and winger on support, and we changed a little bit, but mostly it's the same tactic and we score a lot. So our new transfers are bringing in some good goals, and currently we are first in the league. Season preview. Oh, we closed the gap to Celtic. Celtic has 1.83 odds to win the league, and we have almost 3. So now Rangers isn't the second best team in the league. We are technically, but we will see how this will end up. So let's simulate the season. And we finished second for the second time in a row. And this is a very big gap, in my opinion. 22 points behind Celtic. Yeah, so it is good still. We weren't the favorites, so I don't mind. But if we go to the goals, we don't have any goal scorer in the first 3. Actually, Kellyman is equal as Miovski from Aberdeen, but Mason Greenwood just 17 goals, Kellyman 19, Diallo from the winger position 14. Also, Diallo has the second highest average rating, and Noama has 10 assists and is second. So our transfers did pretty well. Also, Ristanio is second in the most player of the matches awards. So very good transfers in my opinion. Kellyman 33 goals is the first, then Greenwood 26, Diallo 21, and Oristanio 14. Just 14 from Oristanio. And he played 39 games, but yeah, maybe he can still develop. Assist wise, Diallo 19, Noama 13, so the first two are our wingers. In the Champions League, we finished 23rd. Oh, that's so close to not qualify for the playoff. We won 2 games versus Union Berlin and Dortmund. Okay, so we beat both German clubs. Draws to Sporting Lisbon and Valencia, and lost 5-2 versus PSG, 5-4 versus Manchester City. Wow, 3-2 versus Ajax and 1-0 versus Red Star. Okay, so we lost by 1 goal three of our games. And also I think, yeah, we are third at goals against. That's not good. If we go to the playoff, we lost versus Roma 3-2 on an aggregate. And how? Okay, we don't know who won for now, but PSG and Chelsea are in the final. And the last seasons, Manchester City won everything. Incredible. So we scored 4 goals against the best winner of the UCL for the last 4 years. That's pretty good for me. If we go to the transfers, in January we brought in a player, a wonder kid, but he is for the second team for now. And also we sold Nemanja Jovic for 4 million as he wasn't playing anymore. Budget wise, for the next season, 21 millions. That is because we brought in a lot of money from Champions League. Let's see what transfers we did for this last season of the Hearts rebuild. To be honest, this wasn't the best transfer window we had, mostly because we had a lot of money and we didn't have what players to bring. First, we brought in Bobby McLucky for 1300k. If you remember, he's from our academy. We sold him 3 years ago for 3 millions, and right now we brought him back because I really needed one more Scottish player in the squad, and he had a decent potential ability, so he comes straight to the first team. For this season we sold very little because we had money but we didn't have who to bring. So we sold Colin Dagba, our right back that came from PSG, for 2 millions, and also we sold Rafael Obrador for 4 millions, and we brought in Nathan Peterson on a free. He replaces Dagba. Actually, he came before Dagba left, so Dagba left because we brought in a better player, a Scottish player, and he's incredible. I think top 5 right backs in the game. Then Fabio Carvalho, that came from Liverpool. As you can see, all the transfers are after 1st of July, so that's why here appears as free transfer. Also, Peterson came from Everton, so he didn't transfer in this rebuild and in this save, sorry. And Pedrola, he came on a free from Sampdoria, and he's an amazing winger. I think he's even better than Nuama, but we will see what the assistant coach chooses on the left. And the last player that we brought in is a left back that replaces Obrador. If we select our best 11, we can see that Oristanio and Greenwood remain the front two, then Diallo on the right, Pedrola comes in on the left. We still have Nuama, but if we look, they are pretty similar, but I think Pedrola is a little bit more intelligent and also his dribbling is better. So yeah, just a little bit, but I think they both will play. Then Diomande and Tommy Doyle remain in the center midfielder positions. Abul Fotu comes as the left back, Peterson on the right back, Marsa and Stergiu remain as our center backs, and Plizzari remains constant as our goalkeeper. One bad thing in our squad is that Diomande asked to leave because he got some very good offers and I rejected because I wanted more money for him, but yeah. Also, Nahuel Ferraresi wants to leave, but we'll see. Maybe in the winter we do some transfers, but I don't know. There are very high chances that we will do some transfers in the winter transfer window because we still have 15 millions in the budget, and as you can see, we didn't do much in this transfer window. Schedule-wise, we played in the Europa League qualifying rounds. In the second round, we eliminated Utrecht 8-4. Then in the third round, we eliminated Norgeland 6-1 on an aggregate. And in the playoff, we eliminated Kalmar from Sweden 5-0. So we are in the league phase one more time, and I am expecting to advance from the league phase and also maybe to qualify for round of 16 quarterfinal. I don't know, but I want a last season that is very good for us. In the Premiership, we won for now against St. Mirren 4-0, 1-0 versus Celtic. So we beat the champion, then 3-1 against Livingston, and unfortunately we lost 1-0 versus Motherwell and won 1-0 versus Dundee. So not the most impressive three last games, but hopefully we recover and we do a good season. In the Europa League, we are gonna play in the league phase versus Antwerp, Marseille, Aston Villa, Lask, Real Sociedad, Ajax, Genk and Shkupi. So not the best teams, we should advance for sure. Also, right now we are second favorites to win the league behind Celtic like last season, but I think last season we had better odds like 2.88 if I remember well, and right now we have 3.6. So the game sees that we didn't improve as much, but it's okay. Let's go to the end of the winter transfer window. We are at the start of February and I wanted to show you what more transfers we did because I wasn't as happy with the summer transfers. So firstly, we sold 4 more players. Diomande wasn't happy, so we got rid of him. We weren't as good as I wanted. I think he broke our squad dynamics. It's not very good. The team cohesion and also the club atmosphere is very good right now, but in the past they were in the middle, both of them. So we sold him. Also we sold Estrada for 12 millions, Caviglia for 16 millions, and the other unhappy player, Ferraresi, was also sold. So I wanted to get rid of everybody that wasn't happy at the club. And to replace them, we brought in Juan Sforza, another center midfielder. He will replace Diomande, and he came from Manchester City. Then Villagra, also another center midfielder. So I wanted to improve on the positions that we sold players. Then James Gomez, center back, very good physicals. Almost everything is green, above 15. And Gianfranco Chavez, another center back. He's mostly as a backup. So right now we have all the players that we need. Maybe we needed one more striker, but I think we can play from here. And as an update, we qualified further from the league phase of the Europa League, so we still have chances to recover this season. And also, we are now favorites to win the league after these transfers. We are very close with Celtic, but we'll see. Let's simulate to the end of the season. We're at the end of the season and we finally won our first Scottish Premiership. We were first for the past, I don't know how many. Oh my god. We were first since the 9th round, and if we go, we finished first just by 1 point ahead of Celtic, so we almost messed up at the end of the season, and I don't know how, because we were very good, but as you can see, we lost 2 games out of our last 5, and this was not pretty good. But if we look at the goals, we scored 106 goals, so we must have very good goal scorers this season. Not so much. We can see that Oristanio is first with 16, and then Greenwood 15, Kellyman 15, so we had a lot of players scoring constantly, but not so much. Average rating, Carvalho and Diallo are second and third with 7.33, and assist-wise, Carvalho is the first with 11. The other players, 29 goals, Greenwood, 27 Oristanio, 21 Kellyman, 19 Doyle. Yeah, so a lot of players scored for us, but we didn't have that striker that is scoring like 50 goals this season. Although Greenwood has that potential, he has 15 acceleration, 15 pace, 17 finishing. He didn't score as much, so I don't know if I will continue this rebuild. Maybe I will sell Greenwood because he isn't playing as good as his attributes are. Maybe Oristanio as well, and bring some 2 strikers that score more than them. If we go to the Europa League, I already showed you that we finished 13th, but in the knockout playoff round we eliminated Braga 6-1 on an aggregate. Then in the round of 16 we eliminated Juventus 4-3, so we beat our best season in the European competitions. Wow, we can see here Aston Villa eliminated Lens 9-1. That's pretty impressive. Going forward, in the quarterfinal we eliminated Sturm Graz just 3-2 on an aggregate, so Sturm Graz almost eliminated us, even though we just beat Juventus in the last round. And in the semi-final we won 5-4 versus Fiorentina, so we played the final against Newcastle and we lost it 6-3. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to go that far, to be honest. I wanted at least a quarterfinal, but seeing we beat Juventus, maybe I thought we will have a chance, but I think Newcastle is too good for us. 6-3. And also if we look at the XG, at the expected goals, they had 3, we had 2.2, so they dominated almost everything. But we were there. In the other competitions, I think in the last season I didn't show you. So first we won the Scottish Cup and we have another trophy, and in the League Cup we were eliminated in the semi-final by Celtic. And in the last season of Scottish Cup we didn't win it, Celtic won it, and in the League Cup also Celtic won it, so we didn't win any more trophies. For the next season we will have 27 million, so we are improving year by year. But as you know, this is the last season of this rebuild, so I want to do a small recap of what we done so far in this rebuild. We finished third for the first 2 seasons, then we were second for the third and fourth season, and in the last season we won the league. So we were pretty constant, we were there, and we were improving season by season. So also our reputation got higher, and our estimated value is at 500 millions, and we started with like 50 millions or 40 millions. So yeah, this was a really good rebuild. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe because it will mean a lot.